Once again, good afternoon to all our back members, TWG members, the back secretariat, our televiewers, and our stakeholders. Our apology for not being able to undertake our private conference this morning as scheduled due to our scheduled coordination meeting with our contractors. So we are to undertake now the private conference for 13 projects and 4 consulting projects, services. So may I request Ma'am Bernadette to call the roll?
Once again, good afternoon. For the back members, we have our back chairperson, Ma'am Felisa Salvador. Present. Our vice chairperson, Sir Mario Alab. Our back member, Ma'am Florpina Opano. Sorry. Back member, Sir Roger Kapagungan. And back member, Sir Romeo Vicente. So, there are 5. All of the back members are present.
So this month that we have the quorum, we now continue with our private conference. You may continue with the attendees, Ma'am Bernadette.
For the technical working group, we have our head, Sir Alex Miranda. Present. Ma'am Leonila Abuzo, member. Sir Jerry Mabun, member. Present, ma'am. And Ma'am Grisel Parcon. Present, ma'am. For the back secretariat, yours truly, Bernadette Jacinto. Ma'am Rosario Tumaning. Present, ma'am. Sir Felix Tumaliwan. Ma'am Teresita Catral. Ma'am Maricel Ragasa. Sir Amante Villegas. Ma'am Maricel Abon. And Ma'am Grisel Gibarra. We also invited our observers for the civil works and consulting services. For civil works, we have from COA representative, from the National Contractors Association of the Philippines and Philippine Contractors Association. For consulting services, we invited the Executive Director, Philippine Center for Investigative Journalism, and the President of the Confederation of Filipino Consulting Organization, COFILCO. That's all, ma'am.
Thank you, Ma'am Bernadette. So we may now hear from Ma'am Rose the list of projects to be procured.
Good afternoon, everyone. Here are the list of projects to be procured. For contract ID number 24BB0143, contract name, repair maintenance of DILG building, Bureau of Jail Management and Penology, Minanga, Aparri, Cagayan. Contract location, Aparri, Cagayan. Scope of work, repair maintenance of building. Approved budget for the contract, 650,000. Source of fund, fiscal year 2024 maintenance fund. Contract duration, 40 calendar days. Amount of bid docs, 1,000. Pickup license, small A to large B. For contract ID number 24BB0144, contract name, repair maintenance of DND building, Philippine Navy buildings, Philippine Marine Corps headquarters, Marine Battalion landing, Team 10, H Guard House, SNCO's building, EP's Barracks, Naval Base, Camilo, Osias, San Vicente, Santa Ana, Cagayan. Contract location, Santa Ana, Cagayan. Scope of work, repair, maintenance of building. Approved budget for the contract, 1,750,000 pesos. Source of fund, fiscal year 2024 maintenance fund. Contract duration, 75 calendar days. Amount of bid docs, 5,000 pesos. Pickup license, small B to large B. For contract ID number 24BB0145, contract name, repair maintenance of DoTr building, LTO-Administration building, Minanga, Aparri, Cagayan. Contract location, Aparri, Cagayan. Scope of work, repair maintenance of building. Approved budget for the contract, 1,250,000 pesos. Source of fund, fiscal year 2024 maintenance fund. Contract duration, 90 calendar days. Amount of bid docs, 5,000 pesos. And pickup license, small b to large b. For contract ID number 24BB0146, contract name, repair, maintenance of DPWH Building, Cagayan 1st District Engineering Office, MPL ICT Building, Minanga, Aparri, Cagayan. Contract location, Aparri, Cagayan. Scope of work, repair, maintenance of building. Approved budget for the contract, 400,000 pesos. Source of fund, fiscal year 2024 maintenance fund. Contract duration, 25 calendar days. Amount of bid docs, 5,000 pesos. And pickup license, small b to large b. For contract ID number 24BB0147. Contract name, Convergence and Special Support Program, Basic Infrastructure Program, Multipurpose Building Facilities to Support Social Services, Construction, Completion of Multipurpose Building, Dalin, Baggao, Cagayan, Contract Location, Baggao, Cagayan, Scope of Work, Construction of Multipurpose Building. Approved budget for the contract, 4,950,000 pesos. Source of fund, fiscal year 2024 DPWH Annual Infrastructure Program. Contract duration, 60 calendar days. Amount of bid docs, 5,000 pesos. Pickup license, small b to large b. For contract ID number 24, BB0148 Convergence and Special Support Program, Basic Infrastructure Program, Multipurpose Building Facilities to Support Social Services, Construction of Multipurpose Building, San Vicente, Baggao, Cagayan. Contract location, Baggao, Cagayan. Scope of work, construction of multipurpose building. Approved budget for the contract, 4,950,000 pesos. Source of fund, fiscal year 2024 DPWH Annual Infrastructure Program. Contract duration, 114 calendar days. Amount of bid docs, 5,000 pesos. Pickup license, small b to large b. For contract ID number 24BB0149, contract name, Convergence and Special Support Program, CSSP, Basic Infrastructure Program, BIP, Multipurpose Building Facilities to Support Social Services, Construction of Multipurpose Building, Santa Margarita Elementary School, Barangay Santa Margarita, Baggao, Cagayan. Contract location, Baggao, Cagayan. Scope of work, construction of multipurpose building. Approved budget for the contract, 4,950,000 pesos. Source of fund, fiscal year 2024 DPWH Annual Infrastructure Program. Contract duration, 100 calendar days. Amount of bid docs, 5,000 pesos. Pickup license, small b to large b. For contract ID number 24BB0150, contract name, Convergence and Special Support Program, CSSP, Basic Infrastructure Program, BIP, Multipurpose Building Facilities to Support Social Services, Construction of Multipurpose Building, Bitag Pequeño Elementary School, Barangay Bitag Pequeño, Baggao, Cagayan. Contract location, Baggao, Cagayan. Scope of work, construction of multipurpose building. Approved budget for the contract, 4,950,000 pesos. Source of fund, fiscal year 2024 DPWH Annual Infrastructure Program. Contract duration, 100 calendar days. Amount of bid docs, 5,000 pesos. And pickup license, small b to large b. For contract ID number 24BB0151, construction of one-story, two-classroom school building with toilet attached, Bagunot ES, Baggao, Cagayan. Contract location, Baggao, Cagayan. Scope of work, construction of school building. Approved budget for the contract, 4,975,000 pesos. Source of fund, fiscal year 2024 DPWH Annual Infrastructure Program. Contract duration, 125 calendar days. Amount of bid docs, 5,000 pesos. And pickup license, small bid to large bid. For contract ID number 24BB0152. Contract name, construction of one-story to classroom school building with toilet attached, Gonzaga National High School, Gonzaga, Cagayan. Contract location, Gonzaga, Cagayan. Scope of work, construction of school building. Approved budget for the contract, 4,975,000 pesos. Source of fund, fiscal year 2024 DPWH Annual Infrastructure Program. Contract duration, 130 calendar days. Amount of bid docs, 5,000 pesos. And pickup license, small bid to large bid. For contract ID number 24BB0153. Contract name, construction of two-story, six-classroom school building, phase 1, one-story, 3CL, Alcala Rural School, Barangay Agani, Alcala, Cagayan. Contract location, Alcala, Cagayan. Scope of work, construction of school building. Approved budget for the contract, 9,950,000 pesos. Source of fund, fiscal year 2024 DPWH Annual Infrastructure Program. Contract duration, 120 calendar days. Amount of bid docs, 10,000 pesos. And pickup license, small bid to large bid. For contract ID number 24PB0131, re-advertise. Contract name 001, ensure safe and reliable national road system. Bridge program, replacement of permanent weak bridges, replacement of bridge, Masikal Bridge 2 with bridge ID B04250LZ along Baybayo, Baggao, Dalin, Santa Margarita Road, Baggao, Cagayan. Contract location, Baggao, Cagayan. Scope of work, replacement of bridge. Approved budget for the contract, 9,800,000 pesos. Source of fund, fiscal year 2024 DPWH Annual Infrastructure Program. Contract duration, 120 calendar days. Amount of bid docs, 10,000 pesos. And pickup license, small bid to large bid. And for the last project with contract ID number 24BB0132, re-advertise. Contract name 001, ensure safe and reliable national road system. Bridge program, bridge rehabilitation, major repair of permanent bridges, rehabilitation, major repair of bridge, Kasampalangan Bridge with bridge ID B02057LZ along Tugo, San Vicente Road, Mission, Santa Ana section. Contract location, Santa Ana, Cagayan. Scope of work, rehabilitation, major repair of bridge. Approved budget for the contract, 19,600,000 pesos. Source of fund, fiscal year 2024 DPWH Annual Infrastructure Program. Contract duration, 147 calendar days. Amount of bid docs, 25,000 pesos. And pickup license, small B to large B. That's all for the 13 projects.
Thank you, Ma'am Rose. So kindly read some requirements.
For the requirements of bidding documents, including instruction to bidders, general conditions of contract, special conditions of contract, specification, drawing, bill of quantities, and forms. The bidding documents are posted in the DPWH and PhilJEP's website. The bidders are advised to read and review the instruction to bidders, general conditions of the contract, eligibility requirements, eligibility data sheet, bid data sheet, and special conditions for the contract. And for the documents to be submitted by the bidders for technical proposal, organizational chart for the contract to be bid, list of contractors, key personnel, see clause 14.2A 4B, bid data sheet of bidding documents to be assigned to the contract with their complete qualification data. List of contractors, major equipment units on lease and or under purchase agreement supported by proof of ownership, lease, purchase and certification of availability of equipment from lessor vendor for the duration of the project. See Clause 14.2a 4C bid data sheet of bidding documents. Minimum material testing requirement with receipt. Omnibus sworn statement in the form prescribed by GPPB. Complete bidding documents duly initialed by the bidder. And for the financial proposal to be submitted by the bidders, bid form, bid prices in the bill of quantities, see clause 32.2.3 of RA number 9184 and its revised IRR. In case of discrepancies between A, bid prices in the figures and in the words, the latter shall prevail. B, total price per item and unit price for the item as extended or multiplied by the quantity of that item, the latter shall prevail. C. Stated total price and the actual sum of prices of component items, the latter shall prevail. D. Unit cost in the detailed estimate and unit cost in the bill of quantities, the latter shall prevail. The corrected per item cost for all items shall be the basis for the corrected grand total. Detailed estimate including a summary sheet indicating the unit prices of construction materials, labor rates and equipment, rental news and coming up with the bid, quarterly, monthly cash flow and payment schedule. For the summary of proceedings including supplemental bid bulletins to be issued, follow the instruction to bidders and bid data sheet regarding the key technical personnel to work on the project without any duplication, including the equipment requirement and other ruling regarding their bid submission. Submission of bidding documents should be composed of one original copy, copy one of original bid, sealed envelope of technical and financial proposal, and sealed in the main envelope. For the schedule of for the issuance and downloading of bidding documents is from March 18, 2024 to April 17, 2024 for the hard copies at the Procurement Unit, DPWH Cagayan 1st District Engineering Office, Minanga, Aparri, Cagayan, and for the downloadable from DPWH website, www.dpwh.gov.ph, and for PhilJEP's website, www.philjeps.gov.ph. And for the Prebid conference is being scheduled today, April 4, 2024, at the new conference room, second floor building, DPWH Cagayan 1st District Engineering Office, Minanga, Aparri, Cagayan. And for the deadline for the receipt by the back of bids is scheduled on April 17, 2024 at 10 o'clock a.m. at the new conference room, second floor building, DPWH Cagayan 1st District Engineering Office, Minanga, Aparri, Cagayan. And for the opening of bids is the same scheduled on April 17, 2024, immediately after the deadline for the submission of bids at the new conference room, second floor building, DPWH Cagayan 1st District Engineering Office, Minanga, Aparri, Cagayan. That's all.
So thank you, Ma'am Rose. And any issues from the back members or any corrections on the projects being discussed this afternoon? From the TWG, are we going to discuss the O28 already?
Again, if we have time, I guess.
We have time now.
Since the lead,
Yeah, kasi we will now discuss the O28 before the anyway, the shortlisting of our consulting services is not online.
We just present the project name and those who submit and those also.
Yeah, so we will just discuss.
Yes, and then for evaluation, staff evaluation.
Yeah, but we will still discuss, in as much as we are now in private, we will now discuss the O28.
Okay, sige.
Okay, anyway, we still have time. to discuss the O28. Okay, so we start with Sir Alex. Yes, this is live.
Good afternoon to everybody. I would like, in as much as DO-28 is issued just recently and effective immediately. DO-28 discusses about the offenses that would trigger the three-strike policy. Before we go further with the offenses, we would like to share that the penalty for the three-strike policy is blacklisting. So, what are the offenses that triggers three strikes policy? As enumerated under DO-28, number one is withdrawal from the bidding process. Number two is submission of late bids without valid reasons as determined by the Bids and Awards Committee. Number three is submission of patently insufficient bid. We would like to enumerate further that under number one, withdrawal from the bidding process, the withdrawal can be either issuance of a letter of withdrawal or number two, failure to submit a bid after purchasing bid docs. So, whether the intent is good or bad, there is already a procedure that once you submit a letter of withdrawal or you fail to submit a bid after purchasing bid docs, that's already a strike. That's already a strike. Number two is the authority of the bank to determine whether or not a bid is considered late or on time. So the authority here is only the Bids and Awards Committee. It's a committee. It's a collegial decision to declare a bidder late in his submission of his bid. And number three, there are three periods by which you're going to determine insufficiency of bid. Number one is during the eligibility screening, or you call it shortlisting. Number two is during bid evaluation. And number three is during post qualification. During eligibility screening, there are 8 instances where a bidder could be again committing an offense considered to be a strike. Number one is failure to submit required bid forms. So, if you remember, in our checklist for the pass or fail criterion for eligibility check, the last portion there requires the submission of complete bidding documents. But before that, you also have the omnibus sworn statements. These two are partners. Under the omnibus sworn statements, it states that the bidder has gone over all the bidding documents, and that as a proof to that, he attached these complete bidding documents to his bid para hindi siya magkaroon ng rason na hindi niya ito nailagay or nai-attach kasi hindi niya nakita doon sa bidding documents. Proof na binasa niya lahat yon is a statement, an omnibus statement na binasa niya lahat ng contents ng bidding documents. Kaya naman, importante na mayroong pagination yung ating bidding documents para ma-determine natin kung complete siya o kulang. Kasi sinasabi ni Omnibus Source Statement na binasa ko lahat ng content ng bidding documents. Doon kasi magkakaroon ng pagkakatalo mamaya. And then, number 2, submission of incomplete, insufficient, or defective documents. Again, ang sabi doon sa Omnibus Sworn Statement, nabasa mo lahat, nakita mo lahat, naintindihan mo lahat. So, ang submission of insufficient, defective, or incomplete document is already, again, another offense or another strike. Number 3, notarize bid securing declaration, sworn statement, and JB. Pagka JB yung nag-ipal, it's a joint venture. Number 4, signed documents like bid securing declaration, omnibus sworn statements, and of course, joint ventures. Lahat yan dapat signed. Ka-unsigned, another strike, another offense. Number 5, key personnel different from what is required by the bid docs. So, key personnel that is different from one indicated in the bid docs, that's another offense. So, another strike. Number 6 is failure to present proof of ownership. Ito na yung mga pledge equipments. Ang pledge equipments should either come from ownership, but of course, there is a proof of ownership. Lease. Ang proof ng lease is lease contract. And then, number 3 is yung purchase agreement. So, dun tatlo lang ang pwedeng panggagalingan ng kanilang equipments, no? So, pagka walang proof or evidence ng lease agreement or ownership or purchase agreement, that's another strike. It is not sufficient na meron silang inilista na equipment pero hindi naman nakalagay doon if they own and they have proof. So, kasama yun sa mga titingnan ng mga attachments. Number 7, failure to submit required certification of key personnel. That is already self-explanatory. And number 8, failure to comply with the required minimum number of key personnel and equipment as stated in the bid docs. Again, failure to require with the required minimum personnel and equipment. Kaya importante yung nakikita mo yung bid docs kasi naandun na naka-state sa bid docs lahat ng mga required number, minimum number. You can go beyond, but you cannot go lower than the minimum required. And of course, the last for the submission of patently sufficient bid is during the post-qualification. Kung napansin natin kanina, lahat ng nire-require natin na for procurement is with a sub-license range. Nakalagay doon, small a to large B. Small b to large B. Mga ganon. Yun ang mga requirements. Kasi, sinabi niya dito, participation in bidding for infra projects where or whose ARCC. Ano tong ARCC? allowable range of contract cost. No? As indicated on the pickup in the license does not match the specific requirements of the projects to be bid. So, important tingnan din natin yung category ng license, no? Baka pumasa siya sa mga technical requirements, pero yung tiningnan natin yung category ng kanyang lisensya, hindi magmamatch doon sa requirement natin as we have required in our invitation to bid. That's the last offense where we consider another strike. So those are the three instances or offenses that would trigger a three-strike policy. Ulitin natin, it's withdrawal from the bidding process, submission of bids, of late bids, and then number 3 is submission of insufficient, patently insufficient bids. Now, under the DO-28, we also are provided a mechanism of knowing when do we consider the three-strike policy. The three-strike policy is to be determined or to be within the 365-day period, commencing from the date of the first strike. So that if the first strike is February 1, then February 1 of the next year would be the 365th day of the period where you are going to measure if there had been instances of other strikes.
How about if they are late due to traffic? Is that a valid reason?
Again, that depends on the judgment of the Bids and Awards Committee.
I don't think so.
It says here that the submission of late bids without valid reasons as determined
By the
by the BAC. It is the BAC who has the authority now to make a collegial, it's a collective decision whether or not to declare the reason as valid or invalid.
But I think for the late submission, it should not be acceptable since we are open from the day we are already posted the project. We can already after the project we can already submit, isn't it?
It's very nice that the DO-28 provided again procedures for the party, for the office, and the contractors. Procedure to contest the decision of the bank, and that is provided under the procedures as attached in the DO-28.
Yes.
Immediately during the day, it is the duty of the BAC through its Bank Secretariat to inform the bidder of any strike he has committed. Again, it should be communicated with the bidder during the day. And that will be the responsibility of the secretariat. And the contractor now, the bidder, have the right to answer the question within 3 days.
The letter.
Yes, the letter. He shall be given the right to request for reconsideration within 3 days, and that after receipt of the request for reconsideration, if there would be a request, the BAC shall evaluate whether the request for reconsideration is accepted or rejected, and that they are going to render judgment within 5 days. Again, within 5 days. After that 5th day, if the BAC affirms its strike policy, the first strike policy, or any strike policy, within 5 days, there's already judgment, it will be communicated to it will be forwarded to the office of the district engineer, the whole. And he will make a final decision within 7 days to either reject or approve or disapprove the strike. If in case the district engineer will approve the strike, then it will be forwarded to the procurement service. So, mangyayari niyan, malalaman nationwide kung merong pang ibang strikes ang bidder sa ibang offices. I mean offices, not other agencies. Kasi this is only particular or applicable to DPWH. Kaya nga ang tawag natin is DEO. It's a department order. It is not a national budget circular or so on. So that hanggang DPWH lang itong ruling na ito. So pupunta sa procurement service so that anyone can now view. It is now the duty of the DWG ngayon naman ang may duty na before tayo na mag-open, titingnan na natin yung strikes ng bawat contractor. Ma-open natin yan, titingnan natin yan, ma-review natin kung merong naka-3 strike policy na kasama dun sa nakikipag-bid sa atin. Kasi yan, nakikita na nationwide. Pagka hindi pa, di okay, pagbibigyan natin. May question kaninang umaga, what if yung isang contractor nakipag-bid ng 6 na beses? Doon sa 3, nanalo siya. Doon sa 3, nag-fail siya doon. What is the effect of the 3 failure niya doon sa 3 pinanalunan niya? Ang effect nun, wala pa. Hanggat wala lumalabas na listing or suspension sa isang bidder, pwede pa rin mag-award sa kanya. Halimbawa, alam na natin na 3 strike policy na siya, pero may proseso kasi yan na pupunta pa siya sa legal service, pupunta pa siya sa office of the secretary, and then secretary within 7 days ay magbibigay pa ng judgment niya. Within these 7 days, we are due for award, hindi pa lumalabas yung blacklisting, pwede pa tayong mag-award. Pwede pa natin mag-award. Bakit? Kasi kahit may 3 strike policy na siyang nakumit, wala pang final judgment ang secretary natin. Ibig sabihin, hindi pa blacklisted yung ating contractor. So, pwede pang mag-award doon. So, that is the procedure. Lahat ng instances of offenses, it will be communicated to the contractor. Meron tayong naka-attach na forms dito din sa DO-28. May checklist dyan. Ipo-provide na lang kung ano yung mga instances or offenses na siya ay na-consider to be given that strike. At magkakaroon din dapat tayo ng proof na na-receive niyon at kung siya man ay sumagot, i-compile natin yan. Lahat ng mga series of communications is provided dito na mga forms na lang yung mga yan ay kailangan kompleto yan when we have to present it to the Hope for either approving or disapproving the strike. Dapat kompleto ang documents ng mga yan according to the DO para mapag-aralan ng Hope kung i-approve niya or i-disapprove niya yung recommendation of the BAC for a strike. At once na-approve na naman ni DE, automatic yan, ipapadala ng BAC sa PRS, Procurement Service. Pag nandun na sa Procurement Service, pag nakita nilang nakatatlo na yan, dadalhin na yan sa legal service for blacklisting. Automatic yan na blacklisting yan. Kanya nga lang, kung ang isang contractor, alam niya na meron siyang karapatan na i-question yon, merong tinatawag na suspension period. Suspended muna siya habang hindi pa pinipirmahan ni Secretary yung kanyang blacklisting. So yung period na yon is already para naka-blacklist na din siya kasi he can no longer participate. But pwede pa rin mag-award ng mga projects na pending for award sa kanya. Kasi hindi pa siya blacklisted. Oh, maliwanag yun. Suspension pa lang yun, ha? Doon sa suspension kasi, hindi pa blacklisted yung contractor natin. So, since hindi pa siya blacklisted, pwede pa rin tayong mag-award sa kanya.
Then, pag na-award sa kanya, at lumabas blacklisted pa.
Pag na-award na sa kanya, tapos blacklisted na siya, okay lang yun. Sa mga susunod pa na projects, doon na hindi na siya pwede.
Sir, di ba ang validity ng strike is 365 days? Ngayon, kung January na nagkaroon siya ng strike hanggang January 24, 2024, and then January 2025. Ngayon, nagkaroon ulit siya ng strike ng October 15, 2024 hanggang October 15 naman, 2025. Yung October.
Hindi, yung tinatawag nating 3 strikes
Sige,
kasi.
sir. Tuloy muna. Tapos, kung matapos na yung strike niya hanggang January 2025, mawala na yun na strike. Yung isa na lang na October 2024 yung strike niya.
Yes, kasi wala pa siyang 1 year.
Okay.
Bali, magleleles din yung kanya kung paano.
Yes, yes. So yung kung saan makakabuo ka ng kung saan ka makakabuo ng 3 sets within 365 days. Ngayon, kung na 3 sets or 1 set pala na 1 set na 3 strike. Kung naka 2 sets ka, 2 years yung blacklisting niya. Pag 1 set, 1 taon yung kanyang blacklisting. And hindi kinakailangan ng delisting doon. Automatic yun. Immediately after ng 1 year from the issuance of the blacklisting, he is again eligible to be. So yun ang laman ng ating DO-28 at ang sabi, it is effective immediately. So, tingnan natin kasi importante makita kasi natin na yung completeness of the documents as enumerated in the checklist. Importante talaga yung bid docs natin. Kaya nakalagay doon is complete bidding documents. Kasi doon naka-state lahat kung ano dapat ang nilalaman nilalaman ng bid nung ating contractor. Take note, meron tayong tinatawag na LCB, meron tayong tinatawag na LCRB. Ano ang LCB? Ang LCB is the lowest calculated bid. Under 32.2 and 32.3 of RA 9184, nasa-provide doon kung paano natin i-compute ang tinatawag nating lowest calculated bid. When is it considered responsive? When all the technical documents, when all the technical requirements shall be thoroughly reviewed and found to be in order, then we consider the bid to be lowest calculated responsive. Yun na yung LCRB natin. So, R refers to the technical qualifications. Calculation refers to that as indicated in R 32.2 and 32.3 of the IRR. Ngayon, sinasabi din the article section 31 of the same article 9184, no? Sinasabi din na walang floor bid. Only ceiling, walang floor. And between the bid financial bid form and the BOQ and the detailed estimates, whichever is lowest, yun ko consider natin. That's according to the GPPP, Government Policy Procurement Policy Board. Okay. So, I guess, yun lamang ang ating magsishare na pagkakaintindi natin pagpapaliwanag ng DO-28.
Halos nung nag-aaral kayo ng pan, halos hindi makita yung pagsaka,
Kaya we are requiring the contractors to attach legible copy of their proof of ownership. So we've been telling them to attach yung legible. Kasi kung tutuusin, kailangan pa kumuha ng magnify. Even magnifying lens, minsan hindi pa na niya mabasa.
Okay.
Kaya,
Proof of ownership, is it necessary that if the contractor is, say, lab, but the equipment is owned by
another,
Salvador,
is that a proof of ownership?
is that
Legal?
legal?
No. Unless there is lease or deed of sale.
Correct. Correct. It is not important that there is an actual change of ownership, but for as long as it can be validated that
There is an attach.
that there is a proof that it is owned by through deed of sale, then it is right.
Yeah.
So if in case yung equipment is nakapangalan sa iba, hahanapin natin yan ng deed of sale. Pagka wala namang deed of sale, nakapangalan sa iba, ibig sabihin yan, meron silang dapat lease.
But during the bid, it should be already attached. It's not
Correct.
that after during the post-qual, but it should be attached during the bidding process. So let us be clear to all our stakeholders that during the opening of bids, we are to scrutinize already their papers if all documents are complete. And if we see some lacking documents, we are sorry to inform because we are to implement the DO-28.
Yes. Actually, I was trying to I was trying to determine when is the bid evaluation to be conducted. But in as much as it says here that immediately after the
The opening.
no, immediately after the offense is recognized, then immediately it must be communicated to the bidder.
So it should be during the opening of bids, we should already scrutinize their papers one by one,
Yes.
so that within the day, the secretariat could issue notice to the contractors of their strike offense.
Correct.
So that's all be clear
So
to
that would take some time for us to make a longer evaluation
as
of
a longer time to be in
longer
the procurement office,
yes.
especially if we have numerous number of projects to open, like this one coming 13. So it will take us one day to scrutinize their papers. So I hope our stakeholders will be aware of our department order. So this is not a joke, but we have to follow our department orders because it will be also we are also being rated with this as part of our process already. This is what part of our process already, the implementation of our department orders. So I hope all our viewers and stakeholders will be very much prepared for this department order.
May I also request that if possible, our procurement office be ready with the category of license categories of our contractors.
And and I suppose the procurement should have a file on the company profiles, updated company profiles of all our contractors. Is there a file?
Yes, ma'am. Actually, I already informed the contractors to submit their updated contract profiles, and most of them already, yes, for the year 2024.
23. No, the 24 will be still be on June because that is the renewal, di ba?
Ay, okay, yes.
So their company
What I
profile
mentioned
should
is
be
the mayor's
2023.
permit, the mayor's permit, and their field jobs dapat updated
Not only
yun,
the
yes.
not only the mayor's permit but also the company profile
Yes,
per
ma'am.
se. Yeah.
Meron na sila, ma'am.
2023. That is 2023. Then June we will have the 2024. O, diba? That is the
Yes, ma'am.
renewal. And I think on June they will be implementing the ruling on the project engineer should be accredited already.
Okay. So, ganito yun, no? Pagka yung isang contractor nakipag-bid, kahit marami siyang parang isang strike lang sa isang project. Hindi po pwede sa isang project. What three strikes na siya kahit ito yung kinulang niya dito. Eh baka i-consider natin na 3 strikes na din yung hindi. Sa isang project lang, isang strike lang siya.
Per project. But my question is, how about yung sa uh, list of list of list of equipments? How about yung one contractor list from one contractor, then the next contractor same lease agreement? How will we rate that? How will we go about that? Same project, same day, and the lease agreement, same person to whom they had leased that equipment.
At first, no, parang tinitingnan na natin, no, parang hindi na po pwede. Pero, pagka meron kasing lease agreement yan, merong nakalagay kasi dyan na time.
There should be a day and a scheduled time.
Pagka may period yan na i-release niya. Hindi naman pwedeng nag-list na tayo, okay, for the whole year na yan, hindi, no? Pagka yan, merong consideration, makikita natin doon sa lease contract, dapat merong content ng period at saka yung
How about kung
ano,
vague nga yung list contract nila? Are we going to entertain that? There was no specified na period of time na kukunin niya yung equipment. So, are we going to consider that agreement?
We will have to communicate during the pre-bid that pag may ganun, dapat nakalagay kasi yun. Lalo-lalo pag may nakita tayo na yung mga nagpapa-list naman kasi kung minsan yan, gusto nilang i-utilize yung kanilang equipment whole year round. Kaya pwedeng ipalis niya kay ganito, then ipalis niya sa ganito, pero nakalagay kasi yung period ng pag-list nila. So dapat dun sa lease agreement, mayroong period yan. For and as long as hindi naman magiging conflict yung period ng lease contract of sa isang project, sa pangalawang project, then there is no issue there. But pagka, yung sabi mo, pagka vague, then meron tayong issue doon. We may resort to a strike policy.
Yes. Same lessor nga. Same lessor. O, di ba?
Kasi di ba, yung project natin, meron tayong projects na duration is 44 calendar days.
Yeah.
So, pwede yung i-list niya ito ngayon. And then dun sa next na project is pwede i-list magkakaibang duration, magkakaibang period.
How about kung same yung niya, yung the same yung notice of award and notice to proceed, same with the project na same lessor, same equipment.
Unahin niya muna yung kakatasin yung visa, and then magkaroon sa parang hindi magkaspay na ganun na gagamitin yun.
Di ba siya mag-negative?
Bahala na yung nag-list kung dapat sa siya.
Schedule niya.
So,
Binagat sa schedule din. Kaya nga, dapat kasi nandun talaga dun sa lease agreement yung period para at least tsaka dapat kasi isipin naman ng mga bidders na yung project dapat hindi yung isang day, di ba? Siyempre mag-start yun, same din ang NTP, no, di ba? So dapat hindi yung pressure ang gagamitin nila, dapat sa next bidding para hindi siya magkakasabay.
I'm still online.
Yes.
Pag-usapan natin yun.
Yes. Okay lang.
So, do we have more to discuss?
Maybe I think that's all for the three strike policy and other issues. We need to discuss.
So, ma'am, on April 17, that is the opening of bids for these 13 projects. So, we'll now implement the DO-28.
Yes, ma'am. Okay.
Kasi hindi siya naisali sa invitation to bid, ma'am. So, still, we have to implement
But
now.
we had we had furnished our contractors on DO-28.
Yes.
That's it. And it was discussed also this morning during our coordination meeting that DO-28. So they are already aware. And I hope they could discuss that to their liaison officers. So, any more to discuss? If none, may I hear an adjournment?
No, ma'am.
We'll continue first the four consulting.
No, for the issues and concern.
Okay.
Issues and concern. None?
For TWG na.
Okay. So if there are no more issues and concern, we now continue with the four consulting services to be discussed and to be read by Ma'am Rose. Cheaper by the dozen. Yes, live. We will make it live. Then afterwards, the shortlisting will be already live. Still live. I know more now. Yeah.
Like, ma'am.
No shortlisting.
Just present Or just the presentation? Okay.
The 4 projects and those who submitted
There be
their
documents.
Agreements.
Yeah, okay.
Here are the list of consulting firms who submitted their eligibility screening of documents and for shortlisting. For contract ID number 24 CSBB01, consultancy services for subsurface investigation of fiscal year 2024 projects cluster A, Masikal Bridge 2 with bridge ID B04250LC along Baybayo, Baggao, Dalin, Santa Margarita Road, construction of flood control Zone 1, Barangay San Jose, Baggao, Cagayan, construction of flood structure along Cagayan River, Agigigan, Gataran, Cagayan. We have one consulting firm who submitted their eligible screening documents. We have terms concrete testing represented by Mr. Victorino Florentino.
Okay.
For contract ID number 24 CSBB02, consultancy services for subsurface investigation of fiscal year 2024 projects cluster B, rehabilitation, reconstruction, upgrading of damaged paved roads by Bayog, Baggao, Dalin, Santa Margarita Road, access road leading to Hot Spring Falls and Caves, Asinga Villa, Baggao, Cagayan, rehabilitation, reconstruction of road with the slip slope collapse and landslide by Bayog, Baggao, Dalin, Santa Margarita Road to K0546 plus 178.81 to K0546 plus 425.98 San Vicente, Gutanlubak, Angib Road, K0648 plus 485 to K0648 plus 586 San Vicente, Gutanlubak, Angib Road, K0644 plus 089 to K0644 plus 150 to K649 plus 200 to K0649 plus 265. We have two consulting firms who submitted the eligibility screening of documents. We have terms concrete testing represented by Mr. Victorino Florentino and PAR Geotechnical Testing Center represented by Mr. Raymond Israel.
Kindly correct number 2. That is K0649 plus 200. It's not K649.
Okay.
It should be K0. Okay.
Okay, same.
Okay,
Okay, sige ma'am.
0649 plus 200.
yes.
Okay, go on.
For contract ID number 24 CSPB03, consultancy services for subsurface investigation of fiscal year 2024 projects cluster C, construction of Dumon River Revetment 1, right side Nabakayan, Gataran, Cagayan, construction of Cagayan River Revetment 3, left side Kasikalan, Gataran, Cagayan, construction of bank protection along Wangag River Upper Stream, Pateng Bridge along DSPR Pateng, Gonzaga, Cagayan, Phase 1, construction of bank protection along Wangag River Upper Stream, Pateng Bridge along DSBR Pateng, Gonzaga, Cagayan, Package 2, Gataran, and Gonzaga, Cagayan. We have one consulting firms who submitted this eligibility screening of documents for terms concrete testing represented by Mr. Victorino Florentino. And for the last project with contract ID number CSBB04, consultancy services for structural investigation of school building, Agaman National High School, Baggao, Cagayan, and San Isidro Integrated School Building, Baggao, Cagayan. Again, we have one consulting firm who submitted their eligibility screening of documents. We have term concrete testing represented by Mr. Victorino Florentino. That's all for the four consulting projects, ma'am.
Okay, thank you very much, Ma'am Rose. Then kindly correct the spelling of number 3, bridge. Along the SPR. Okay. Okay. So, are we done with the other services?
No. That's 4 only, ma'am.
That's all. So,
we now adjourn. Can we now adjourn?
So, for evaluation naman po.
Yeah. Anyway, the evaluation is now not live. Yeah. So may I hear an adjournment from the group?
I move for the adjournment of these proceedings.
Since the motion was being moved and seconded by the body, I now declare this activity closed. Good day and thank you very much.
Bye.